It might look like we're sitting up front of a delivery van or some other sort of commercial vehicle, but no, this is a $110,000 Land Rover SUV. Yes, it's the Land Rover Defender, but there's nothing commercial about the new Defender. What's more significant about this Defender, it's the first of the new 6-cylinder diesel engines in Australia. It's a 3-litre inline-6 Ingenium engine, and this is the lower tune version, the D250. We're out here in the bush to see how it goes. We'll put it through its paces.
High five!
The car we've got here is the Land Rover Defender 110 model, which is the long wheelbase 4-door wagon. It's the S specification, which is the base model starting at $91,220. But in typical Land Rover fashion, it's loaded with plenty of extra accessory packages. That brings the price of this particular vehicle up to $111,860. Some of the interesting options you might have noticed on this car already are the centre jump seat for the front row and the white painted 18-inch steel wheels. Kind of cool looking, but I don't know whether I want to put steel wheels on my $110,000 Land Rover. I reckon a car at that sort of value deserves a set of alloys. A lot of those features you don't really need, but some of the ones that we really like are the Advanced Off-Road Capability Pack, which gives you terrain response and terrain progress control, and the rear differential lock. This new Ingenium 6-cylinder diesel engine comes in 2 specifications for the Defender. This being the D250, which makes 183 kilowatts and 570 newton metres of torque. Above that spec, you've got the D300 Defender, which makes 220 kilowatts and 650 newton metres. We've been driving this D250 for a few days now, and we reckon this lower tune has got everything you could ever want. And the D300 is only available in the SE and HSE specification models. You can't get it in this base model car. So it's a more expensive car to start with, beginning at $96,780. A few things that we've commented on in previous Defender tests still apply in this vehicle. The fact that you've got to get into the menus on the dashboard to access the terrain response system is really annoying, where it used to be just a simple dial on the console. One of the options on this vehicle is it's got heated front seats, but to turn those on, you have to get into those menus in the dash again. It's not just a simple press of a button. Seems to be the way of the world these days. The cars are pushing us into menus on screens rather than giving us simple buttons and dials. Also discussed in previous Defender tests is the fantastic seating position of this car. It's up high, it's upright, it's not cramped like an old Defender. It gives you a huge view across the windscreen and out the side windows. It's a big glasshouse vehicle in typical Land Rover fashion. We really love the way it feels sitting in the driver's seat of this car. If you select the option for the jump seat in this front row, you can't also get third row seating. That comes down to the GVM of the vehicle. It's just putting too much mass in the car. You can't make it an 8-seater with 3 in the front, 3 in the middle and 2 in the back. And for us, we really like not having third row seating, because once you fold down the second row of seats, you've got a massive cargo area in the back of the 110. It's actually big enough for me to sleep in the back of. We're out here on the gravel roads on the edge of the Victorian high country. These are good dirt roads, you can drive a 2-wheel drive along it, but the one thing that's really noticeable in the Defender compared to other 4-wheel drive vehicles is the way it handles the small corrugations. Now, we drive this road quite often, and in any of the dual cab utes with their leaf sprung rear ends, and even things like a Prado or a 200 series, when you hit these corrugations going around a bend, the back end really wants to step out. But this Defender goes straight around the corners, smoothly, precise. It doesn't want to throw you off the outside of the corner like those other vehicles do. Very impressive handling, easy car to drive. When you're talking about the S model Defender, the height adjustable air suspension is an option. This vehicle has it and really helps when you're getting off the beaten track. Coming through these little off-road sections here with the car cranked right up, it gives us plenty of clearance, it didn't scrape once, and there's enough articulation in this vehicle to keep you going forward. Sure, it lifts the wheel, but the locking differentials make up for that. For anyone wanting to go off-road or travel around the country in a Land Rover Defender, this S specification 110 with this low-spec diesel is probably the perfect choice. It's got all the features you really want, and if you discard things like the jump seat and the canvas rollback roof, none of the things you don't want. The The addition of the 6-cylinder diesel engine to the Defender lineup is probably the engine that people have really been waiting for. Sure, the P400 petrol engine is a screamer, it's a great exciting thing, but diesel engines are what people want in Australia. And with this new 6-cylinder diesel, you've got a choice of two, the D250 and the D300. This D250 delivers everything you need. It's got performance to boot, nice and smooth, really refined, and much better fuel economy than that P400 petrol motor. Perhaps that D300 could be the balance between the two, performance and fuel economy. You're yet to drive that car, we can't wait to get behind the wheel.